Hello and welcome back to America Then and Now. Like I always say, hope you're doing okay. Don't forget to subscribe. It won't break your finger, I promise. Here lately, I've made 3 videos about UFOs, and UFO stuff is all the buzz right now. And I thought I would share a couple of experiences that I had. Like I said, this has nothing to do with aliens. It may, I don't know, but it's definitely falls into UFO. When I was about 12 or 13, 12, I think, I had kind of an evil stepfather, but we did like to go fishing together, and he worked for a company that dredged gravel out of the rivers, and one night he had invited me to go fishing. It's the weekend, no school, let's go see if I can catch a big catfish. And so we did, and we were right out on a boat in the river. He had to guard the boats so nobody would mess with them while they're in the river. And this is the Arkansas River, just outside of Dardanelle, Arkansas. And like I said, this is just one thing that I'd seen, but we're out there fishing, and it's maybe 10 o'clock, it's definitely dark 30, and we're not catching anything. But we're looking back towards the mountain region near Dardanelle, and all of a sudden this really, really intense bright light is falling, and we're looking back kind of toward the northwest. But this right here seemed like, in my mind, the more controlled, but yet moving really, really fast. But not, to me, not like a meteor would. Now we're watching this thing fall from way up. I just happened to catch it as soon as it come into the atmosphere or whatever. Fall. But as it got into the horizon, then it went 90-degree turn. So this was not a natural object. Nothing natural would do that anyhow. I don't know what it was. I've always thought, well, the only thing that could survive a 90-degree turn at this high speed, UFO, alien, because it definitely wasn't a meteor. A meteor just doesn't do that. And I just thought the way when it got to the point in the atmosphere, where the horizon, looking over the mountain, and it just went, but I never knew what it was. Still don't know what it was. I've never heard anybody else describe anything like that. And later in life, after I was married, my daughters were very, very young. My youngest daughter's in that pushing a year old, and we lived in a little house out in the country. There's more of a shack with white paint on it. But I said, well, I just wanted to go out. I wanted to go outside and just sit in the cool. It was early fall, late summer, early fall, and I love that cool air as it starts to come in. So it's, I'm guessing it's been a long time now. It's been almost 30 years. But I just remember going outside and sitting on the steps just to, and maybe get away from the noise in the house a little bit. And I'm just sitting there, and every few minutes something is grabbing my attention back off to the north, and I'm just, it hadn't dawned on me yet. But then I just kept staring up in the sky, and all of a sudden I could see something hovering in the sky, and it was triangle shaped, and it even looked like it could have had legs, but as much as my eyes, but it was definitely triangle shaped. But it wasn't a craft to my eyes. It didn't look like a craft. But what it reminded me of, if you're a Star Trek fan, when the Klingon bird of prey cloaks and you got this fuzzy area in the sky, that's what it reminded me of, because I was a Star Trek fan, and that's the only description I really had, about it. But I kept looking up in the sky, and it was just doing like this, but it looked like a out of focus area of stars. That's because everything else was crystal clear around it. It was a beautiful, clear, starry night, but yet this one area looked like it was out of focus. And I was married then, and I holler at my wife. I said, come out here and sit down beside me. I want you to see something. And I said, start looking up in the sky over here, and it may take you a few minutes to find it, but when you find it, you'll know what it is. And sure enough, it takes her 2 or 3 minutes, and she's looking up in the sky trying to figure out what I'm telling her to look at. Then she goes, yeah, there it is. What's that? What is that? I said, I don't know. And she saw the exact same thing I did. And it was big. I mean, it definitely looked big once you locked in on it. But it just sat there, just like this. Damn, that is the weirdest thing. And we sit out there and we watch it, for 15 or 20 minutes. And it never moved. It never tried to fly away or anything like that. But you could see it. And once, like I said, once you locked in on it, you couldn't miss it. It's like, damn, what is that? What is that? And, went back inside, and just scratched my head a little bit. Who knows? There's something different to see. And within about a year or so later, almost 2 years maybe, that we got a house in town, and we're watching it. Oddly enough, one night we're watching a special on UFOs, sitting there in front of the TV, and they're showing pictures of UFOs from different, that have been seen in different countries and all this. And it comes to some things they saw in England, and I'll be damned, they put a picture on the screen, and it's like, that's it. That's what we saw out there at our old house. That is exactly it. But, when you watch those TV specials, they don't know if it's alien or anything, also, it's just a UFO, right? But at least now I had the comfort of saying somebody else had seen what I had seen at some point in time. Like I said, this has nothing to do technically with aliens. It just does have to do with UFO. Like, oh my God, there are things out there that we just cannot identify, like I said, what we saw can't really be explained. Like I said, unless you've seen Star Trek, is how you would know what it looked like in the sky. But what they showed on the TV special is the same thing, exact same thing that we saw. So anyhow, it's my UFO stories. So hope you have a great day, and maybe you've seen a UFO before. It'd be cool. But take care. All right. So bye bye.